here at the end of my work day, and I'm chilling and I'm chit-chatting with you, and I was having a thought on the whole AI thing in that there's the digital demon kind of aspect of AI's been an interesting topic, right? And the visual dynamics of AI as something that is making art, particularly when it is making real life art. Like, it's kind of crazy when, first off, visually looking at it, because here is a digital reinterpretation of a live action shot that doesn't exist outside of itself. And so it's weird because it's CGI rendering itself at a level of the uncanny valley. However, there is something itching underneath the surface in its artificiality that even when the AI is pretty much perfect, you can still feel it. You can still feel it and say, is this AI? Right? And I think that these little artifacts of AI as a deception will always be there, but it will become harder to distinguish for anything that's based in reality, such as using AI to recreate an event for national television. Things like this, where you're looking at a whole system and saying, why would somebody AI this, right? Because at the end of the day, your brain is having such a hard time making the personal perceptual judgment that what you're looking at, whether it's an actuality or a hyper-perfect rendering. Hyper-perfect meaning that it also exemplifies blemishes to capture the person in essence, right? Sometimes if it's like an old person and they've got a lot of texture to their skin, it becomes much harder for them to fake it, as opposed to a young person. A young person's face is simpler. There's no wrinkles. There's less blemishes. There's not likely to be scars there. There isn't. You might be extremely well groomed. So, the AI doesn't have to render a beard moving in real time, right? Like that's a big helpful one. Like, human beings that to have beards, if AI wants to make a bearded person, if it's a longer beard like mine, there's going to be a lot of problems because it has to render in real time behind the beard for when the face is moving, because each shot is just in front of you. It's not a three-dimensional shot. Therefore, like, at the times of a frame of a film that's trying to mimic me, there's not going to be a neck behind here, right? It'll be a baseline structure, and then the next frame, the neck will be in it, right? Because maybe I'm moving like this, and now you can see my neck, so now it bothers to render the neck, So artificial intelligence is has got these facsimile people, either people that don't exist in real life or real people that have never done or said the things that they're doing. Either way, it's this fabrication, and it's the fact that it doesn't like human beings have a certain kind of aura, and I don't mean an energetic aura. I mean like a behavioral aura, like that vibe of like, is this person high energy, low energy, right? Just by like, you know, how animated they are, so on and so forth. There's typically, with AI rendered images, this constant like there's a constant like violation of your personal space. It feels like when the AI is looking at the camera, thus looking at you, it always looks like a monster in a horror film who is inerting your fight or flight response. And that's why even the shit that's not meant to be scary is accidentally scary. Like, you know how shit is accidentally funny because it's bad? AI is kind of crazy because it's accidentally scary because it's bad. And that's really the big problem for people, and it makes them nauseous just to fucking catch it in the feed. And you're gonna fucking catch it in the feed because the efficiency is coming out of shorts. I'm not supposed to turn on red, but fuck it. Yeah, so you know, it's a 15-second clip, and it might mesmerize you. And a lot of them are deliberately in the horror genre, just because probably a lot of people know. So you might as well be fucking scary on purpose, right? And so you get like, you know, like I'm just saying that if you asked AI to make a certain looking demon and you asked a completely different AI with different fucking parameters to make the face of a person, I guarantee you, that same aura is gonna be there. Of this face is the face of a something with inhuman intelligence that I cannot gauge. I cannot gauge what it's thinking or feeling, and that puts you in this in between state where you know, it's not worth fight or flight. There'd be something very wrong if you fought or flew on this thing, because it's just a video or whatever, meaning like, you know, you feel kind of weird just kind of shutting it down or running away from it or whatever, or just having a nervous system reaction to it, you know. But at the same time, it's just like, you don't want to be there because you know that something's missing, and it's this gaslighting that all this AI footage is not something that is producing nothing. Real point a little bit later. Bye.